90% of users trust their friends and their peers. Like, who doesn't know the term Facebook like? You know, and everyone keeps wanting the dislike button. You know, and so they can say not just that they like something, but also dislike, like, you know, friend, unfriend, all these languages. So these are some of the statistics of what people are doing. And as I said, it might not be those sort of numbers in Sri Lanka, Pakistan, or Bangladesh, but it will be. It will be. And we'll get to why. One of the things that's very concerning is social media security. I'm not going to go into all of this, but one of the interesting things was there's a huge spam attack on Facebook hit last week. It's called like spam. I don't know, have people heard of like spam? Where you click on like of something, you're wondering what it is, and you click on it and it does something, and then it sends a status update to all your friends, and so that's what's starting to happen. It's called like jacking, you know, that's a bit bizarre. And in researching this, I was searching the web for more details about like jacking. There is 100 websites that tell people how to do it. You know, and I don't know, I mean, these things, how do you expect Facebook to keep up when you can have a worm or that type of thing go through Facebook and affect 10s, 30s, 40s, 50s of millions of people and send their servers crazy very, very quickly? Because if you have 3 million people immediately posting on the walls of all their hundreds of friends instantly, then it's going to cause major problems. Now, this is one of the worst things that's going on about social media, and especially with the youth, is they don't realize what's going on with their mobiles. Mobiles are actually causing a significant amount of problems right now, and it's only going to get worse. One of the key reasons, Facebook Places, Foursquare, Twitter, which lets you add your location. I am guilty of this. I'm in Sri Lanka, I'm in Colombo, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. This is a problem. I was in our workshops, one of the ladies shared with us, Joanne, she knows someone that I was away on holidays and they came home to find their house robbed. This is not as funny as you might think. There was a website set up to actually prove this. Now, this is funny. One burglar was arrested after he stopped mid-robbery to post an update from his victim's computer. He forgot to log out, and the police got him. That makes me very happy. It does. You know? And considering that with these devices, that often let you link your GPS activity. Every time I take a photo on my BlackBerry, it goes, do you want to include the geocode in it? You know, they'll know. There's records of where I was, my longitude and latitude, all the time. Apple just got in trouble and had to release an update because your iPhone 4 was keeping a track of everywhere you were going. It wasn't doing anything bad with it. It was just putting it in a text file. And Apple went, whoa, 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 everybody's getting upset really quickly, and quickly put an update out to stop it. 40% of Facebook Twitter users share the information about where they are. And you've got tools like, I don't know if Foursquare has been released in this country, but that is a special social media that specifically is about locations. I'm here at this restaurant. Don't eat the pasta. You know, I might say that. Now you can even put a picture up of the pasta. You know? And the interesting thing is you've got a lot of friends that follow you, similar to Facebook. So when you go around, I can stop outside a couple of restaurants in the restaurant area and I can go, what do my friends think? No one thinks anything, so I'll just go anywhere. But, oh, Bob Smith thinks that this place is really bad and unhealthy. And my friend Mary, she thinks this place is amazing, and I actually have been to dinner with her, so I want to go there. 90% of people trust peer recommendations. This is controlled live by their mobiles. This is some of the negatives. Social media stalkers, sex offenders are using social media, but not that much yet. Just recently, Illinois banned sexual predators from social media. A couple of weeks ago, Denver arrested 2 sexual predators for using Facebook, breaking the law. Oh, I just want to talk to my kids. You just want to talk to any kids. This is a website that someone put up called Please Rob Me. And it was taking feeds from Twitter, which had geographical information, and putting it on a website. It was taking the source together and going, who's not home? It was created as an awareness for people to realize, what are they giving out? You know, and it's only getting worse. They don't do it now. They did it for a while. Everybody got real upset, you know, and then they stopped it, and the thieves got really upset. So now they've just got a lot of information about that sort of thing, you know, and about what to do. Now, one of the biggest impacts for mobiles and social media in a crisis. Japan. This is the most amazing social media event that I've seen ever. They were using it to disseminate news. The second one I find amazing, capturing news. As the seas are rising, as the water's coming in, only takes 3 seconds to start videoing in high definition. When it was happening, it takes time for the news crews to get people with cameras and trucks and satellite feeds. It takes time. So while it was happening, there was all this video footage of the event because they're just jumping straight onto YouTube and pulling the videos off. So you've got like news update to tsunami in Japan and then videos about it and seeing it happen. I mean, did everyone here see those sort of videos on the news? That is absolutely amazing. So Skype, Twitter, Facebook, Mixi, which is a Japanese IM, people were telling people, where am I? What's my status? I'm okay, I'm not okay, something's wrong. You know? Within 1 hour of the earthquake, 1,200 tweets per minute were from Tokyo. And by the end of the day, 240,000 tweets had hashtags earthquake in Japan. In one day, 4.5 million people changed their status on Facebook to include those words. Google set up a little thing in the corner, a web app called Person Finder, so people could connect. 620,000 people records it contains. The mayor of one of the cities, he pled for help on YouTube. It's been viewed over 250,000 times. Imagine this, that's the first big one. Sure, we've had other small disasters where people have done some, but the Japanese, being so technologically advanced in many ways with the devices and the adoption early on, that was an amazing, interesting use for social media. Look what it's also doing, affecting political change. I'm only going to briefly go through this. In Tunisia, the citizens discovered the revolution by social media. They informed one another using updates, meetings, rallying points. They mobilised. SMSs and Twitter were mostly used. Al Jazeera recognised the coming revolution by reading blogs, tweets, social media. They were the first to start saying, something's wrong, something's wrong. And what else? Hang on. The Tunisia is happening. Hang on. And they started watching all the other countries, Egypt, Libya, all these different places. And they were the fastest to report because they were keeping an eye on social media. And these are people updating all the time. The police just took my father instantly online, which is and the proof of how important it is. The governments try to shut down the internet. They see what's happening. You know? I like this this quote from an investment banker. I am certain the revolution's success is entirely correlated to the ubiquity of the mobile phone and the internet. Revolution, governments toppled. Look what social media is starting to do. The others were to follow. China, they tried to, but the authorities were quick. China's smart too, very smart government. Others will come. Now this is a bit of a strange one. This will, I believe, now not actually being a linguist, I'm going to assume that what happens in English can happen in other language. I know Japanese for a start. Has a lot of slang. You know, and I spent some time in Japan, and my friends, my homeboys, kono imo, which just really means potato head, but it's new language, new ways of using current words. Look what SMS is doing. What are you doing today? Come with me to the club. Roll on the floor at that chick that last night. How are you going to understand your children if you do not understand this? And I'm assuming that in other languages, people are starting to manipulate and change and twist. So mobiles was the starting point with SMS. We've had it for a long time. Quick. That was point to point. Email advanced it. TTFN, ta-ta for now, laugh out loud. That was multi-point. Twitter refined it, point to any point. And you just go, and life in 140 characters. Facebook wasn't as strict. You can have a couple of hundred, but Twitter made it happen. It set the standard of people providing concise tweets. You can just ignore it, but you need to understand it. Business, parents, governments. I could imagine having a 10-year-old daughter picking up her phone because she's SMSing at the dinner table and looking at it and going, I can't even read that. And I mean, it is also now starting to come out in the real world. People are using this speak, which is quite funny. Now, 140 characters, actually, as I said, not a linguist, not sure about the structure of Unicode. I'm not sure if Twitter in 140 characters can, maybe it limits some languages. So as I said, affecting the real world, the amount of people, my young staff, I've got 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old staff, they're running around, and if something bad happens, they go, dislike. And you're like, what? I've heard my niece say, I don't like Joanne, I'm unfriending her. What? I mean, social media is coming into the real world. They're using all these things, friending and unfriending, and my BFF, which is an old one, and I'm sure that all your languages have equivalents of youth speak. Now, interestingly, from a psychological perspective, social media has no non-verbal cues. Body language, tone, I'm not happy today, or looks. Facebook, Skype has a mood setting. Am I happy, am I sad? Expect that to change somehow. The new social medias, Twitter too, and you'll be able to it'll be able to, I don't know, maybe with the kind of music you listen to, it'll know whether you're up or down. I don't know, but expect it to change.